Alright, let's... Is there a way to recap? I forgot everything about this game. Someone died in that corner of the street. In this corner of the street, that's correct. This guy, Suzuki's in jail. A scholar sent to Britain by the Japanese government to further his studies of English. It sounded something like that. I don't remember how his voice went. I do not remember how his voice went. He's the detective. He's the Lord Chief. Yep. Sherlock Sholmes is roommate. Well, not roommate. Same, like they live in the same building. And then we just went, huh. But alright. I'm just trying to go through all the events if I recall. And if I recall, let me see. I actually want to see what voice did I did for this guy. I forgot. It was like the detective inspector in charge of Scotland Yards or something like that. Yeah, I think so. Alright. I know, as I understand it, anyone of standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I've ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, this day keeps getting better. It certainly feels like we've really arrived now, doesn't it? We need to only meet a butler, and the experience will be completed. Well, I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but I understand the sentiment. Take it water. I don't know. Water. Mr. Goddard. Going up. Oh. See you now this way. I don't know. Whoa. Okay. He's a moon. His face is a moon. I like it. Look at that moon face. A beautiful, beautiful moon face. There's a lot to look. Let's start here. I notice you have a pile of books there, Mr. Gary Deb. Do you enjoy reading? Why does he not turn his head around? Ever experienced a London winter, boy? Ever experienced a London winter, boy? Ever experienced a London winter, boy? The nights are long. No better way to pass the time than in front of the fire with a jolly good book. Oh, there's a copy of Rance magazine here, I see. No doubt Mr. Gary Deb says the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes too. Oh, enjoys. Oops. The great detective has a great many followers, it would seem. The cat. That's a full-sized cannon. What's it doing in here? Oh my! It's real! I thought it might be a replica. That old day?
Bah, that's a little more than a toy.
Sorry?
The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. Never know when the enemy might attack next. Jolly useful to have a cannon about the house.
Really? It isn't overkill?
Be prepared, I always say. You never know what this twisted world is going to throw at you next, boy.
Do you think there may be trouble brewing, Mr. Garrydeb?
Always is. Take Joanne here. Never fails to have a clean apron in reserve. Dries them over the barrel, you see. They dry very well on the cannon there, Joanne tells me. Joanne. Which rather proves my point, I feel.
It's been reduced to a dry one. No wonder the huge cannon looks like it's hanging its head in shame. Wait, so we can't have a conversation? Nope. Oh, we can move. Okay. Okay. The spice rack. This cool, the plates. It's a lot of plates for 2 people. His coat. He served in wars. That uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it? It's clearly been well looked after, though.
That old thing? Ha! Not much better than rags, really.
Oh?
Wore that ceremonial garb at my retirement bash, you know. But I'm not one for dwelling on the past. Would have gladly thrown it out, but you know how it is. Anyway, doesn't hurt to have the odd piece of memorabilia lying around, does it?
Oh, I see. Perhaps we should leave the past in the past. It's got a medal. That looks like a Medal of Honor, and it's showcased on a very grand banner. Yes, it's displayed with some pride, I would say, although it bothers me that it's not straight.
What? That old thing?
Sorry?
I should be glad to see the back of it, but the general would turn his grave if I dispose of it. The wall's the best place for it. The wall's the best place for it. Keeps the bally thing out of my way.
I can't read. So it's just been polished to shine by accident, I suppose. There appears to be an inscription on the medal itself. Look, let me see. It says, "For distinguished participation." Sounds like the kind of honors even I could be in line for.
Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet, but I was given that for my time in the army.
Oh. I don't know if you should be doing that.
Can't measure an officer by the number of medals to his name. Of course, common knowledge is military circles.
You're making me... Oh, it's him. Oh, the fuck? That's a giant bullet. Are those mortar shells? They're enormous. Ha! I hadn't noticed. What are they doing here?
Those old things? Couple of little rounds I accidentally fired into the barracks during training, you know? Became a bit of a colorful regiment folklore, that incident.
You mean you deliberately hunted out of the spent shells?
Well, I wouldn't say deliberately exactly. They're only scrap iron, after all. Usually just thrown away, I believe. But you never know when things might come in useful, do you? do you?
Useful for what, exactly?
Yes, well. Joanne here did manage to knock one of the bally things on my foot the other day while she was dusting.
Oh no!
Hadn't shed a tear since 1869. Before then, you know.
Maybe reconsider throwing them away?
Where, mommy? That hurt, man. 1869.
It's him. That portrait of Mr. Gary Deb is glaring at me, I swear. Have you noticed that all the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Gary Deb as well? Yes, and there seems to be a statue of a lion on the mantelpiece as well.
Ah, yes. It seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker with that little trinket.
Seemed to come back? What do you mean?
The chap who runs the place is a bally wizard. Went in to sell him something and came out with this thing. In point of fact, now that I think about it, I rather often find myself leaving the place with something I don't need.
The lion ornament certainly does seem surplus to requirements. Suzato-san doesn't pull her punches or her throws, for that matter. Look at the enormous screen. It must have been put there deliberately, surely? Yes. It certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. What could be behind it, I wonder? I'm going to have a very quick look, just a little peek.
I don't know. What is it?
I'm gonna do that voice. Maybe let's not, Mrs. Zato. I think the maid is going to head us off with a cup of tea. Whoa, what the hell? Oh wait, what? Oh no. This window looks out over Briar Road, where the young woman was attacked. Oh yes. Oh yeah, and she didn't die. She's in the hospital. I can make out the policeman on the far side of the road investigating the crime scene. The glass is rather murky, isn't it? You can't see very clearly. Does this thing open at all? I wonder.
Underestimate. Wait, I shouldn't underestimate the bitterness of a London winter, sir.
No, I don't like that.
I shouldn't underestimate the bitterness of a London winter, sir.
I like that one better. It's not like a dog. It's just more, except that.
I shouldn't underestimate the bitterness.
Sorry?
As soon as you open that door, the tea will freeze in the pot. No underwear would go opening windows at dusk in the middle of winter, I assure you.
It seems very unlikely that these two would have seen anything of the incident then. It's this button. There you go. Good job.
Oh.
That was the first voice I thought. Oh look! Is that prawns? Oh, it's cakes. What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand. It looked like prawns on the bottom one. Lined up, it looks more like someone has half demolished them to me.
Afternoon tea is a time of indulgence, you know? It is quite the English way. It is Mr. Gary Deb's custom to take 2 cakes with this tea.
That sounds delightful. Oh, wait a minute. Though,
There are at least 10 cakes on this cake stand. Whoa, what the fuck?
But naturally, it would never do to waste the leftovers. So whatever Mr. Carrot Top doesn't eat, I say to myself, Joanne, you shall have to tidy up.
How magnanimous? How magnanimous of you?
Oh, the cake.
Oh. What's that? It's a crushed plate. It's like a broken plate. Look at this crockery on a display here. It's rather unusual, isn't it?
Oh my, a genuine London dresser. Isn't it delightful?
Huh? Although the shell
seems to be broken and the crockery is... Oh dear, it's in pieces.
It really is. The word cracked shouldn't do that in Chinaware. It really is. The word cracked wouldn't do that Chinaware justice.
Ah, I wonder. Perhaps the cannon was fired at it.
Yes, probably something like that, but let's not delve too deeply here. It's possible. Oh, it's a candle.
This old candle holder looks a little out of place here, wouldn't you say?
Yes, you're right. It's clearly supposed to be gold, but it's almost completely black for some reason.
Well, that thing, yes. Just a cheap piece of iron mongery. Gimcrack, really.
Oh.
Used it when I was studying, don't you know? For my commission. I know it's old, hardly worth hanging onto, really, but, well, still has its uses sometimes.
I think I changed his voice. What the hell? Of course. Does everything in this room have some elaborate story behind it?
They're memories, Mr. Naro. Memories.
Well, there's a candle on the floor.
Wait, there's oil on the floor. There's a candle on the floor. And the stain. Oh. Oh. Wait, what? Why? Just wanna double check before speaking to them. That just raised, I just noticed that now, and that just raised many eyebrows now.
Good day to you. John Garter at your service.
Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Ryunosuke Naruto. He is a defense lawyer.
Do excuse me for not getting up. Took a shot to the knee a few years back in the battle of my wand, don't you know? And a medal for my pains, but had to withdraw from service. Handed over the reins to the up-and-comings.
So he's a retired soldier.
It's a hell of a job getting up and down the stairs now. I can't tell you. Don't get out much, as you can imagine.
Yes, it's quite a climb up here to the second floor, isn't it? I was panting at the top of the stairs.
You really must take more. You really must take more exercise, Mr. Naro.
Ugh, do you think so?
Well, Mr. Carter, no doubt you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal.
Oh, it was nothing. The medal's just a folderol, really. I wouldn't like to offend the general though, so I grudgingly display it on the wall. Why don't you fetch it down, Joanne? Let these good people see it properly. Joanne, fetch the... Ah! Dash it, woman! Be careful!
Jesus! What the hell?
Oh dear me. Oh dear me. Don't be important, sir.
You jolly nearly took the skin off my hands.
Oh, be more careful, sir.
I'm not gonna be able to remember these voices.
So anyway, there you have it. Living the quiet life now.
Yes, I see. I can't remember. I'm not gonna be able to keep these voices. What the hell?
Well then, I hear you want to know about the chap lodging downstairs. Is that right?
Yes, we would be very grateful if you could answer some questions for us.
Only too pleased, naturally. Especially if it helps to keep the peace here in Blighty. We forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. So this case is very much in the public eye, as it were.
Oh, is it?
Even has some famous detective poking around, in this old house, would you believe?
Yes, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Could have been. Didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea, all that detective business. But he has the book.
Oh, but you have a copy of Rand's magazine here, so...
He dropped it off. No.
Anyway, the trap's investigating the foreigner's room as we speak.
Wait, what? So he's in Soseki-san's room. Oh. Okay.
It's a belly nuisance. Is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching its curtains now. I don't like all this fuss. It's jolly unsettling.
Oh, okay. About Mr. Natsume. About Mr. Natsume then, Mr. Character. Please do tell us.
Oh yes, the Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week.
Oh, just 1 week? So he moved in very recently then.
I have 2 lodgers most of the time, but one on the ground floor and one just below us. The first floor became available a week ago. Live there. Dash it, Joan. Dude, be careful.
Oh, my goodness. Terribly sorry, sir.
Oh my god! Could you not be careful? My word! Oh my god!
If you want to know my opinion, I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set my eyes on him.
Oh my god, the jiggle. Oh, why?
He seemed to have a most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. The man had shady written across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. I said to myself, Joanne, that man is trouble. Sooner or later, he's going to do something untoward. and I'm really wrong about my energy.
We won't be calling this maid as a witness, that's for sure.
Was there anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man at all?
Yes, indeed there was.
Wow. And she's dying to tell us. The shady lodger. Had you noticed anything else at all about your lodger, Mr. Natsume?
Oh, oh my word, yes. The man was later than an orchid.
What?
Could you elaborate?
Well, take the man's room. Absolutely stuffed full of books. It is more than anyone could ever read. And he never so much as passes the time of day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor call. He just trots off to that old bookshop every single day and comes back 5 to light the fire gas. The gas fire. And the funny little man is up long past the time everyone else in the house has gone to bed too.
Oh, I see.
The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed at around 9 each night. But I never learned that Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning.
What the hell? Ah.
Could you clarify something, I wonder?
What pray?
How do you know? Oh,
How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's routine?
Whoa!
oh.
I understand that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house, is that correct?
That's right, yes. They're both below us. On the first floor and street level.
I'm slowing down. What the hell?
Then how is it that you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? The precise times that they come back in the evening, for example, even the times they go to bed.
That is very suspicious.
Good grief, Joanne! Be careful with me! Oh my goodness, sir! I'm terribly sorry, sir!
Is she doing this on purpose? Something doesn't add up here. The incident 2 days ago. It seems that the incident took place at around 5 in the evening. Did you happen to look out the window around that time? They did.
The window? The window? The window? The window?
I'm trying to... God dang! Give me a sec. I just need to like take a breather and just like remember the voices. 1 sec. Okay.
Yes, we noted that the windows are over there. Looks out over Briar Road. The incident took place the incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby?
5 o'clock is dinner time in the Garrett household. So, I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joanne?
No, sir. It would have been dusk outside already in that hour at that hour. And with the fog as well, I should think it would have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road.
Oh, I see. Well, you can't just take their word for it. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary then?
Oh, did you notice anything out of the ordinary then?
Such as?
Anything at all, even if it seems unrelated.
Well...
Yes? Was there something then?
Well, it's nothing particularly significant, but around this other time in here... Oh! For the love of God, Joanne, watch what you're doing!
So he can't even talk freely. Whenever he talks, he just like, she does that. I want to listen. This is like the 5th time. I'm just watching the replay.
I have 2 brothers. Yeah. For the love of God, Joanne, watch what you're doing.
Don't believe me. What am I doing? I'm awfully sorry, sir.
Do be more careful, woman.
Of course, sir. If I may, Mr. Narrow Hobo.
Oh, yes?
I have a extremely good memory, and as far as I remember, nothing of any significance took place here at that hour. Nothing at all.
Oh, really? Mr. Gary did? The way you were talking before, it sounded rather like there might have been.
Oh, well, as I was saying, it was just trifling no matter. Oh! Joanne, dash it all! What is the matter with you, woman?
My God! She can't let him. He can't talk.
Beg your pardon, sir. Nothing happened.
Yes, yes, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down to a quiet, uneventful meal, Joanne?
That's right, Mr. Captain.
Okay, what is the matter with these two? Right?
Sounds like something happened here in this room on the evening in the incident, but what?
I wish I knew. Mr. Natsume's room. Could you tell us which floor Mr. Natsume's room is on?
Why, certainly. Just below us on the first floor.
And Mr. Sholmes is investigating there, even as we speak?
Yes. Told me that's his name. Has asked him to look onto the matter. So I gave him the key.
Mr. Natsume has engaged Mr. Sholmes' service?
That's a blatant lie. Would it be alright if we also had a look around in Mr. Natsume's room, I mean?
Don't see why not. It's just down the stairs, down 1 flight of stairs.
Who knows if we'll find anything that could help us with the case, but we have to try. We need all the clues we can lay on we need all the clues we can lay our hands on, shall we?
Yes, and while we're there, we can speak with Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps he'll be able to tell us more.
Well, you two are weird. You two are bizarre.
Oh my God! You spilled the tea on me. Alright, let's move. New location has been added. The suite on the top floor of the Gary Deb household, occupied by the landlord, Mr. Gary Deb, and his wife. So the maid is his wife? The window just looks out over Briar Road below. They never said anything about that. Wife? Their wife? Is that his wife? Why is there a question mark? We know her name. Gary Deb. Gary Deb. I don't know what that means. A small dark room rented by a visiting scholar from the Empire of Japan by the name of Suzuki Natsume. Oh, a dark room? Oh my. That's a lot of cats there. 19th February, Mr. Natsume's room. What? Just look at this place. And the smell of it. It's so musty in here. Ah, this is the floor that... Yeah, the bricks is covering the window. Huh? I suppose it's the mountains of old books that are responsible for that. Where does he sleep?
I don't think I've ever seen so many books in all of my life.
No, not me either. Me neither.
It's so dark in here too.
Is that the window over there? Well, it was the window, I think. Yes, once upon a time. But for some reason, it's been closed up with bricks and mortar. So this is where Mr. Natsume lives.
By the way, I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere, have you?
No, that's true, but according to what Mr. McGarry-Deb told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere investigating. When we look to the right, oh, that is even creepier. What the hell? Oh, hello, kitty. You are an actual... Okay. I'm gonna save. Let's do that. How's everything going? Everything's still going well. We're good to go. The jar. Alright.
Oh, look! It's a beckoning cat from home.
It's a bit big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsumi didn't bring that maneki neko all the way from Japan with him.
I hardly think you're in a position to comment, Mr. Naru. Are you forgetting the enormous Darumato that you brought in your luggage?
Well, it can be dangerous traveling aboard. I wanted a lucky charm.
Well, I imagine Mr. Natsumi wanted the same, and this cat is for sure to beckon. Good luck to him.
It's not doing a very good job so far, is it?
You mustn't say such things.
I didn't even say a word. Why are my eyes such a giveaway? The brief... Oh, nothing on this. Okay. Oh, what the hell? Oh, what the... this. Look at all those books stacked up there. They almost reach the ceiling.
They're all works of English literature, and they all smell so musty.
With this volume of books to hand, you'd never be short of reading material, would you?
No, what a dreamy idea.
A bad dream, maybe, for me at least. Mind you, I don't imagine the books that's at the bottom of the pile now will ever be read again.
So reading is So reading. It is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime, just as the tea ceremony teaches us.
I certainly didn't expect the conversation to turn down the path of tea ceremony philosophy. Why is there a safe in the back? This appears to be some sort of a meter on the wall here. It looks very robust. I wonder what's it for? What's it for? No, it looks like is it a meter? There's a slot for inserting coins here too.
I believe that's a gas meter, Mr. Naru.
Oh, a gas meter?
Yes, it seems there is a piped gas in this district, which consumers pay for by putting coins in the meter.
So if you were to put a coin in the slot,
that would be enough gas to use the lights and the gas fire for the whole night.
so if you're too poor to have a coin, you'd have to spend the night in the dark and freezing cold.
That's right. As would a rich man who only carried crisp white notes.
Brr, London's a scary place. I thought that was okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that. The hell? That window is very. Hello, kitty. That window is very interesting. It's okay, kitty. We'll look. We'll see you. Could you even call this a window?
I think so. It was a window at one time, after all. Although all that remains is a frame around some bricks now.
So really, it's just a wall then, isn't it? But why would anyone deliberately brick it up like that?
I'm afraid I have no idea. Perhaps Mr. Natsume painted the brick design on in a fit of whimsy.
That's alarmingly feasible. Anyway, whatever the reason, the lack of ventilation in here makes the place very oppressive.
It does. I imagine being cooped up in a room like this would be extremely trying.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Do I go to the left side? To the right side? I mean, there's nothing in here, so maybe when you interact with the cat, some noise happens, and then he appears on the right side, and he scares us. That's my guess.
That desk seems to be wedged into a crevasse between the mountains of books on either side.
I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit there and read while stroking his cat. But surrounded on all sides by these towering old tomes, surely he dreamt of books every night as well.
Yes, he must have done, mustn't he? Oh, what's this? It's a receipt from a second-hand bookshop. Your books.
Oh yes, Mr. Natsume's name is on it. Look, and the date of the purchase. 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. That's the day of the incident.
That's just a short while before he was embroiled in the terrible attack. He must have been on his way back from buying some old books.
The second-hand book receipt has been entered into the courtroom. Oh, there he is. That just popping in like that is just scary, man. See? Customer saying, Mr. Natsume, the picture of Monsieur I don't want to. It sounds inappropriate. A meal for Garbarrow. Canterbury yearnings. See? He just appears like that. No, come on. And why is he reading? He appears out of nowhere.
Hello, kitty.
Bye, kitty.
Oh my! What an adorable little cat. Perhaps he's looking after all the books while his master is away.
I don't know about that. He disappeared into that pile of books as quick as a flash. It was a tricolor Mike, wasn't it? Me? I don't know. Well, do they even have that sort of cat here in Great Britain?
Perhaps Mr. Natsume brought the little creature with him from Japan.
That's made me feel homesick now.
Already? We've only been in the country for 2 days.
Where'd it go? Oh. Look at all these balls of paper on the floor. There are note scrolls all over them in English. My left nose is like, it feels blocked. Give me one sec. I think it feels better. It looks like the waste paper bucket is so full they've just fallen out.
I think Mr. Natsume must have been deeply immersed in his research, don't you?
Or deeply averse to tidying up his mess.
I wouldn't like to speculate which is closer to the truth.
Where'd the kitty go? I want to see the kitty.
It's me! You need to look at me! Mr. Sherlock Holmes! Look at me!
Okay.
Now click on me! Ah! Look, Mr. Naru!
Aha! There he is. Where did he appear from? He seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book. I hope he won't mind if we disturb him. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Doing.
Ah, you two! Good day! Now, let me see. Where was it that we met? Oh my! Mr. Sholmes! We were together on the SS Beria. Yes, of course, the Beria. And let me see. What happened on that voyage?
It was Kazuma Asoki. He died tragically, but you are a great help to us.
Ah, yes, but of course, the case of Mr. Asoki. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? Oh!
Well, you seem to remember something of it, at least.
What an honor to be remembered vaguely by the great Mr. Sherlock Holmes. This is Mr. Oh, no, my dear madame. Hold your tongue. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic. Miss Naruto. And Mr. Suzato.
Oh, no, you're dead wrong. You are dead wrong. What? Try the other way around, Mr. Sholmes.
I lose the first round. In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite that the day we arrived in London. But some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes.
So they apprehended Suzeki-san in that short of an amount of time?
I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of my past involvements a little.
A little?
It is a mistake to think that one's brain attic has elastic walls and can be distended to any extent. I do my best to forget useless facts, lest they should elbow out the useful ones. Yes, those are my own words of inimitable wisdom. You know, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet.
Please, there's no need to quote yourself.
I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately, my associate pens them beautifully.
He means Iris, I suppose.
Mr. Shams, we have some extremely important questions to ask you about the trivial case you just mentioned. Goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madame, I should be only too pleased, and this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case.
Well, the first thing is, I saved the game. Alright. Now, we present him my badge.
Mr. Nairo, please, despite aspirations to the contrary, I am a professional. If I ram to unleash my deductive powers on that trinket, I must ask for a sum of £3 in cash.
Oh, I don't need you to make any deductions about it. I was just wondering if you might know...
Mr. Naru, as a professional, I insist that I am to offer my opinion on that trinket. I must ask for a sum of £3 in cash. I believe Mr. Shams has his eye on an expensive copy of the complete works of Shakespeare. Yes, to stand on the stage and amidst rapturous applause. It has been a dream of mine, as you know. I literally have no idea.
Okay. Let's give the local map. Have you seen this, Mr. Shams?
Shh! I must have silence. It is of the most importance when I am in the throes of deduction that nothing irrelevant distracts me.
What? Oh, sorry.
Cloudly changing to fair, perhaps.
You're in the throes of deducing the weather? What? 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 A receipt discovered in Mr. Natsume's room for some books. Do you know anything about this?
Ah, the receipt for the books our stooped Japanese friend purchased. I uncovered that yesterday morning. A marvelous find, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yes, the work of a truly great detective.
What a scatterbrained individual he must be to have left it behind. Curiously, there was no mention of this publication on the receipt. Odd when you consider how fascinating it is.
I mean, not everyone in London buys Rant's magazine every time they visit a shop. Yes, odd indeed.
Oh, Mr. Shams, how expertly you slipped that into the conversation.
I need water.
Ah, I'm glad you agree.
I'm losing my voice.
Alright, I'm glad that you agree. Detective stories can be great at works of literature, too, my dear fellow.
Converse, Mr. Natsume's arrest. We know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Sasuke Natsumi. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Shams, for the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road.
Natsume. Yes, I believe it was a name rather along those lines. But Mr. Natsume denies it. Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little? I'm sorry, Miss Susato, but I have not the slightest idea what you mean. What?
Wow, I feel like I'm about to lose my voice. What the hell? I haven't even been going for that long. Right? Yeah, just only an hour. Oh no, I'm about to lose my voice. I can't lose my voice. Please. I want my voice. I can't believe he was looking Susato-san squarely in the eye while feigning ignorance.
I assure you, I am not merely feigning ignorance.
Oh my god, I actually feel like I'm losing my voice. What the hell?
It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension.
Oh? How?
I assure you, I have no recollection of accusing your stooped compatriot of the crime.
But that doesn't make sense.
The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene.
Ah, a man. Wait, did I... Oops. Seen fleeing. Oops.
There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? I believe there is a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question.
So you don't think Mr. Natsume is the culprit then?
That I could not tell you. But it was aggravating my faculties, hence why I returned here. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books, I found myself quite lost in bibliophily. I was going to say bibliography, but bibliophily. Bibliophily. Do not be deceived into believing that I am a man of leisure. No, no, no. Oh dear. Tell me. Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings?
Yes, Mr. Gary Deb, a retired military man.
It was the first time I've ever met a soldier from the Great British Institution, that is, the services.
And it was the first time I've ever met a maid from the Great British Institution, that is, service.
I didn't think it was that funny. I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid. Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain primer. And so conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to betoken a social standing of those dwelling therein.
Betoken their social standing? Sorry?
Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath that. in the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family. Goodness, how extraordinary! As you can appreciate, for those on the precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance.
I had no idea.
And it is for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in the situation of sex, specifically in the retired Army veteran Mr. John Garrett.
Oh?
Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of this case, I am as yet unable to ascertain.
I am thoroughly lost on what he means to say. The Dingy Room.
This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later.
Oh my god, I'm about to lose my voice.
Mr. Natsumi has stabbed no one. But sooner or later, as I said. I don't believe that's the issue here.
About this dark little room, Mr. Shums. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea?
No window?
Well, I mean, I can't clearly see that there is a window of sorts. Oh, sorry. Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there is a window of sorts. But it's been completely blocked with bricks.
I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax.
Wait, what? Window tax? What is that?
Surely not a tax on windows? Precisely that. Oh my goodness! Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of lesser means having inherited a sizable and costly family home perhaps rapidly closed windows up. While the rich opened windows here and there and everywhere. In an effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money. How awful and unjust, forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light. Indeed, disease was rife as a result. So some 40 years ago, or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. But its legacy remains, as you can see. Its squalid lodgings such as these, for example.
I suppose Mr. Natsumi's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps. Jesus.
It would appear so. I've done a little digging and discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price. Because the room is so awful, I should think.
Apparently Mr. Natsumi only moved in here about 1 week ago.
Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation.
Oh?
Still, that is one little relevance here. A matter not worthy of further attention.
Are you sure? I'm curious now. That is sketchy. What do you mean?
Well, it's time for me to...
Oh, you did say well. What the hell?
Well, I believe I've told you all I can now.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes.
Ah, yes, Mr. Naruto. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law?
You remembered that, did you?
Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it?
I'm not sure.
Not sure? On what grounds?
Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday.
Really? Well then, I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized, and so promptly too.
The thing is, it's really made me question things and my right to believe in my clients, to trust their innocence.
Yes, trust.
Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he?
My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea.
Oh, this music. Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate?
Ah, yes, that was indeed my initial intention. But there were simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them.
Oh, I see.
Nevertheless, there are two facts that I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room, and there are witnesses who swear to have seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say.
Oh.
Ah, and one more thing. Oh, what is it Mr. Sholmes told us? I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I am quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something.
Mr. Gary Deb is? Mr. Sholmes said it as much before, actually, didn't he?
Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays on my mind in relation to the case. Mr. Naru, as yet, our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help us establish Mr. Natsume's innocence.
No, you're right. Perhaps it's time we probed a little deeper into Mr. Gary Deb's secret.
Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruto. Toodaloo.
A busy man indeed. He's gone back to his books in a corner of the room. Is he? Oh, hello.
Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes. Yes, so true. To be or not to be? That is indeed the question, Mr. Naruto.
Oh, to be or not to be brushed off. That is the question, and the answer is all too clear.
Let's leave Mr. Sholmes in peace, shall we? To be or not to be? Where is the kitty? It has left me.
Where are we going now? So there's nothing really we can look around? So, I mean, let's look around some more, but I don't think we're going to be able to find anything. I don't think we'll find anything. Okay. I need to take a lot of sips of water. Maybe back to Mr. Gary Debs's. Oh. they're not there? Oh, they are there. Oh, you Peregrine. Oh, you Peregrine. Tell me, where's the detective chap? I forget his name. Still hard at work down there?
Mr. Sherlock Holmes?
Oh, yes. Rings a vague bell. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down...
Oh, wait. Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there.
Jolly good show. Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joanne. Now then, why don't you tell me what... Oh, for the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch what your belly will doing?
I'll be sorry to inform you, sir.
Yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to leave. No, take your rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave, if you'd be so kind.
Oh, yes, of course. We are deeply grateful for your assistance.
Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out.
I need to let my dog in. Give me 1 sec. I need to take a sip. My dog is in and I burped. Excuse me. Whew. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Gary Deb is hiding something, and since no other avenues of investigation seem to open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. I see you! I see you! I see you! I see you, Mr. Sholmes, looking out the window. Huh. Well, it's me again, sucker. It is time. Ah, what's he doing over there? Mr. Sholmes? Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows.
Good gracious, when did you sneak in here?
Sherlock Holmes, sir, at your service.
What are you doing here by the window?
I am given to watching the evening skies as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks the aperture for such an observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here.
Well.
Keeping an eye to one's window at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. Ah, and one other thing, Mr. Narrator. Oh, me? I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. Yes. Wait, he's not talking about... Is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. What do you mean, Mr. Shums? There is a mighty secret in this modest room.
I know. It's behind that wall.
My eyes even see even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you are prepared, Mr. Naruto.
I think so.
There is just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. Mr. Garrydeb, though it would seem as you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate. I'm afraid, sir, that is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements.
I beg your pardon?
The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you.
Oh, the cat. Well.
Mr. Nara, look!
The man's broken out in a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Shum's conclusions are both spot on. How could you possibly?
How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts.
Oh, what?
And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular! The Great Deduction. The game is afoot. Topic number 1. Nature of the Beast. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus, we are faced with the question: what form might this beast take? For a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrydeb, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue.
Okay.
Yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts.
What is this piffle, I ask you?
In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house.
What? Whoa! What?
Up to his face. Yet living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling chases of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well, yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to, madam?
Whoa! Me?
I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me that with one glance in your direction.
It is?
Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show.
Oh,
Yes, we sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garrison, at Batty's Circus, a traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe.
I most certainly did not.
I believe I have made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion.
Yes.
And a simple visit to the circus will now reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. Conclusion: a rampaging Asiatic lion. What? Topic 2: Aftermath. Now, Mr. Garrison. It is plainly clear that you have still... What?
No.
It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feeling being revealed by that supporting arm.
No.
Amidst fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage.
Nonsense, man. I simply...
But what, we must now ask ourselves, is the true cause of this pain? And we only need follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is this piles of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment.
oh,
For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. And so, you had no choice but to let it go.
Yes, well,
oh my God. Why do you do this to me?
Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
Unimaginable?
oh my.
The aftermath of which can clearly be seen by observing the carpet over there. And a very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, dearie me.
What could have caused such a destructive outburst?
Oh, shit.
This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we only need to look at the Tower of Cakes.
Sure, the cakes set the floor on fire, Mr. Sholmes.
What?
Oh, what the hell?
There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact.
Whatever do you mean?
Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need to not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There is only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet.
What?
The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India.
What?
Carpet gnawed on by the starving lion.
What?
Thus concludes the Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle.
What? What?
What is the matter with you, Joanne? You're pouring scalding hot tea over me. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrett. I'm afraid I didn't notice.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Oh, that was intense. That was a lot of Sherman's voice acting. I just want to look at this. This is wild.
Holy crap. My deductions can be startlingly sharp.
Startlingly?
Startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times too.
Whoa!
Mr. Sharp, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation?
Oh wait, whoops. Yes, Sholmes is talking to himself. Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation?
Why, certainly, Mr. Naruto. What is it again?
Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size?
Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense.
But it wouldn't be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well?
But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrydeb and his maid would have been hurt, or worse. Ah, that's where you are stuck. No doubt the former military man had held his own against the beast using that large cannon.
I thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus.
And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I've ever heard of a lion that drinks tea.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Ah, my dear Miss Susato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great Britain soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea.
What am I doing?
Oh, what a glorious notion! Well then, Mr. Naruto, it's your turn to shine again.
I had a feeling that was coming.
A slight massage, that's all Mr. Sholmes' deductions need. You can do it!
Excellent. Oh my god, I'm about to lose this voice tomorrow, I feel like. Oh, I can feel something in my voice.
Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naru.
We don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least that's what I want to believe.
Let us start again. From the beginning of Sherlock Sholmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular!
Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes! Topic 1. Nature of the beast. A rampaging Asiatic lion?
It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on a rampage of late within these four walls. Thus, we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Ah, for a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrett, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue.
I really didn't see the lion thing coming.
No, but if you observe Mr. Garrett's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room.
Whoa. Yes, something with a very fierce nature.
But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India.
So what was it then?
We must follow Mr. Garrett's case. That will lead us to the true answer.
Oh, I should have saved. Oh shit. I can't move. I can only move left or right. Lion statue. Well, this is the lion statue that Mr. Sholmes picked out.
Yes, I wonder. Perhaps if you did live with a lion, it would prove to be a rather sweet companion.
I think. That's like a mouse trying to tell its family that the cat around the house is sweet.
I suppose it is a bit of a flight of fancy, isn't it?
Anyway, the beast we're looking for is something else. Let's have a good look around. Oh. Oh? my pert motor shells. These are shells for the cannon, are they? What a strange place to keep them.
I imagine they have some significance to Mr. Garrett from his time in the army.
Ah, of course. He mentioned a battle to us before, didn't he?
Do you remember? He said that he'd been shot in the knee. Perhaps it was one of these that hit him?
If a round that size had hit his knees, there'd be nothing left of it, or Mr. Garrett for that matter. Mr. Sholmes has a Persian slipper. And this man has spent shells. Perhaps it's customary in Britain to display, well, rubbish on the mantelpiece. I want to try and investigate, interact with everything else, but it just looks like it's just the frame. Oh. Alright, let's just look at this frame. Photographic frame. What is that? It's broken. It's his daughter? What's this photograph?
It appears to be form of Mr. Garrett wedding. He looks very happy, doesn't he?
He does, but you can't make out his bride.
No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face.
It's either wife or daughter. I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply there. Newly bride, Mr. Garrett. It has to be the bride.
This must have been when Mr. Garrett was still in the army. He seems to be carrying his rather stout bride effortlessly.
He seems to be carrying his rather stout bride effortlessly and beaming a smile at the same time.
I suppose he was very strong in his younger years.
Hard to imagine now. He's as thin as a rake. Newlywed bride.
This glass is broken, so you can't see the bride's face at all.
But no amount of cracks could hide this woman's plump form.
I think powerful would be kinder than plump, Mr. Naru.
Yes, she certainly looks that. There's a lot of horsepower there. Jesus! Not someone you'd want to upset, that's for sure.
Oh, look! Have you noticed her wedding ring? It's very large, isn't it?
Yes, that's an unusual design. It's a flower.
It looks like some sort of embellished sunflower.
Take that!
Take that! The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by the newlywed bride. What? What? Okay.
Precisely, Mr. Naruto. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this framed print pictures your wife, Mr. Garrett. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured,
We can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain.
Indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast.
Honored might be stretching a point.
Too late. The fact remains that the beast which so clearly savaged this room was your wife, Mr. Garrett. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well, yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to, madam?
Me?
I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction.
Nope.
Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself.
Well, I don't know about fragile.
Oh dear.
Anyway,
Mrs. Holmes is quite right. There is no sign of Mrs. Garrett anywhere.
but it seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Miss Garrett Mr. Gary Depp's wife could be. It is her. The ring, right? Yeah, the ring. The teapot. It's Mr. Gary Depp himself. Who's like... Ouch! Ouch! Spank me, wifey. But now slap me, wifey. I love it. I don't know where I'm going with that. The maid. Two tightly shut eyes to avoid even the chance of a giveaway glance. Who said that? Yeah. Pursed lips to prevent any secrets from slipping out. Rounded cheeks to deflect any abuse that might be hurled her way. Yes, this is unnervingly powerful woman, Miss Susato.
It's your turn of phrase that's unnerving, Mr. Naru.
Wait, can we get to... We can't go to a pocket anymore? I want to look at the pocket. Oh, no. Pocket.
That certainly does appear to be the circus handbill poking out from her pocket. Batty's Circus is currently performing shows in a park not far from here.
Don't you think? You don't think? Surely Mr. Gary Depp didn't sell his wife to the circus.
Mr. Naruto! How could you even think such a thing?
I was only joking.
Besides, I would have gone with, do you think he fed it to his pet lion?
That's somehow worse. Okay, with
what a charming little teapot, and it's in pristine condition. Joanne has been pouring some deliciously fragrant tea from it for Mr. Gary Depp, hasn't she?
Well, not so much for Mr. Gary Depp as on Mr. Gary Depp, wouldn't you say? Oh, on Mr. Gary. Oh.
I wouldn't dream of drawing attention to it.
And the ring. I'm trying to get to the ring. Wedding ring. She's wearing a very large ring. Look.
Oh yes, a sunflower design with some rather nice embellishments. And it's on the ring finger of her left hand, which means it's surely a wedding ring.
It looks like it's on there for life too. Can't imagine it would slide off a finger of that size.
That's something to think, Mr. Naru. Not to say.
Do you know
Mr. Gary Depp's wife in the photograph had a ring very much like this one. It was a large sunflower design as well.
Really? You have a great memory for these things. A large sunflower wedding ring. It's quite a coincidence that they have the same ring, isn't it? Well, obviously. I want to see his tea, because he mixes it. It's empty. I've been lied. What the hell? Okay.
Take that!
Take that! Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts.
Oh!
Indeed it does. That fiery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Gary Depp's bride in this photographic print. In other words, you are no ordinary household maid. No. You are Mr. Gary Depp's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Gary Depp herself. Oh, more! Woo! Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmised, this is my wife, yes, my Joanne. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she really is a
It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct?
It's not right, I tell you. I was a second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man of has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ.
Yes, here in London one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are a folly. You mean Mr. Garydeb has his wife work as his maid? Precisely, am I right, Mr. Garydeb?
Only in company, obviously. But listen here, this must remain a secret. Tip-top secret, please.
The raging wife of Mr. Garydeb. Solved. Now part 2. Aftermath. The cup gnawed on by starving lion. Nope. Now, Mr. Garydeb. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, that Blythe posed the distress this loss has caused you veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Garydeb's wife a beast. Yes, as a woman that feels rather uncomfortable. But Mrs. Garydeb is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hadn't lost his beloved at all, has he? Oh, how true! So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garydeb's pain is tangible. What could that pose be really? What could that pose of his really signify? He got slapped the shit out of. Yeah, see? he got slapped the shit out of him. Oh my. Oh. It was the pipe. It was the tea. There was the supporting arm, slapped cheek. It was the ring. No wonder he didn't want to turn around. Pipe. That's a very large pipe, isn't it? Oh, that's a very large pipe, isn't it? Yes, anyone who has something that size hanging out out of his or her mouth on a regular basis is sure to have a serious chin like Mr. Garydeb. But what's that white binding around it all about? It's broken. So it's broken. No one? Okay. Supporting arm. Mr. Garydeb certainly looks glum. According to Mr. Sholmes' deduction, that's because he's having to endure the acute pain of losing something dear to him. But we know that he hasn't lost his wife. So that means there must be another cause for the pain he's suffering.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously. The slap to the cheek. Oh my, look at that bright red mark.
Gosh, that's quite something. And clearly made by somebody's hand.
Yes, Mr. Gary Deb has been slapped on the face, it seems. Hard!
I've never seen such a clearly defined mark. Whoever could have done such a thing?
Well, there's a very limited number of candidates, I say.
Take that!
Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade. Was you, Madame Joanne Garrigan?
Well, yes.
You have been desperate to hide that slap mark on your cheek, sir.
Oh. How the blazes? How did you work that out, man?
Jesus! Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view.
Well,
Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Garrideb to fly under... what the hell am I reading? What caused Madame Garrideb to fly into a rage? And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is the pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer.
Didn't Mrs. Shum say that the bills were all for the lion fodder?
Yes, but now we've established that the lion never existed, which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling all that food was Mr. Gary Deb's wife.
Mr. Naro? She's a person, not a thing.
Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap round the face. One so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact.
Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder?
I'd love to know the answer to that question. Bookmark. He's being cheated on? He's seeing someone else? There's broken plates? Oh, what the hell? Stack of books. There are a lot of books stacked up on the shelf here. Look, all novels that I've never heard of.
It would appear somebody has purchased them all from a second-hand shop. I think Mr. Gary Deb is something of a book lover.
Oh. Pile of bills.
Looking at these bills, it certainly amounts to a great deal of food.
Meat and potatoes by the cartload, wasn't it? Well, looking at the two of them, you can tell immediately who eats the lion's share in this household. Oh, whoops. Oh, okay.
Well, at least we're no longer talking about an actual lion anymore.
The bookmark, what the hell?
Someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here, look! Mr. Gary Deb is clearly an avid reader.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark.
Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary.
And look next to the signature there.
Lip marks made with lipstick.
Oh, what a passionate and
romantic gesture.
don't get any ideas, Suzato-san.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
So this bookmark is actually a love note then.
James? Huh?
Love note. So this card that looks like it's being used as a bookmark is actually a love note.
Yes, reading. Oh James, I love you. Yours, Mary.
But he's not James. But Mrs. Gary James first is Joanne, isn't it?
Yes, I believe we may be heading into a dangerous territory here. It's very conspicuous after all, isn't it?
You mean the bright red lips next to the woman's signature?
Yes, it's the first thing you notice, of course. And it rather makes your heart skip a beat.
Broken plate. I don't think you...
Oh dear, this plate has been smashed into pieces. And nobody seems inclined to tidy...
Oh my god.
And nobody seems inclined to tidy up the mess.
Perhaps it's some sort of high art.
Really, Mr. Naruto?
Well, anyone who has a cannon on display in their living room is clearly a little eccentric.
Yes, let's call it an eccentricity.
It has to be this one. I'm almost certain.
Take that!
Yeah. What? Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer.
Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed.
Oh my god!
She's angry. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here.
Oh, holy fuck! But I don't know the Bradley woman. Oh my god! Well, there's another mark.
You don't know her.
That note wasn't written to me. It was just in a book. I don't know how it got there.
It was just in there, you say?
That's right, that's what I'm having. No!
I like this story.
Now listen here, Joanne, old thing. I explained it at the time. I bought the book at the second-hand place, and that note must already have been in there. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark. That's right. That awful stuff.
I like this story. I like this story.
For heaven's sakes, woman, look at the name. It's written to James. My name, in case you've forgotten, is John.
I like this story.
What the hell? Are you questioning my name now? Oh my god!
And there we have it.
He's dead. This is abuse.
Arouse the suspicious of the female heart, and you unleash a beast with a most ferocious bite.
Oh.
Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
I'm not unimaginable.
The aftermath of which can clearly be seen by observing the carpet here. And a very expensive wood carpet, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, dear me.
I ate the carpet. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? Oh! This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain this dire state of the carpet, we need to only look at the Tower of Keys. But surely Miss Garritup didn't eat the carpet?
Yes. No, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of the disaster that this room is in is a result of her wild temper.
No, that's true. So this is the last part of Mrs. Sholmes' deduction that we need to fix. We need to only follow Mr. Garritup's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer.
She'd set the place on fire. She's a maniac. All right, let's see what we can see.
Yes!
The candles. The candlestick. Yeah, I mean, the carpet. Oh, wait, we can't. The carpet here has been ripped to shreds.
Yes, according to Mr. Sholmes' deduction, the tears match those made by an Indian lion's teeth.
Exactly. Oh, look here.
What is it?
If you look closely at the edge, you can see scorch marks.
Oh yes, you can. In that case, perhaps the carpet wasn't eaten in the normal sense at all.
Let me rethink this with that in mind. But I can't focus on... Okay. It was the cakes. It was circus handbill.
This is an advertising handbill for the circus.
Batty's Circus. It's in a nearby park.
Oh. Batty's Circus. It's in a nearby park.
Isn't this the same as the one we saw earlier? The one that was folded up in Mrs. Garritup's pocket?
Perhaps they very great circus lovers?
It couldn't be that hungry lion. It couldn't be that the hungry lion is somehow involved again, could it?
Oh dear, I hope not.
Tower of Cakes.
Ah, so many cakes.
Ah, is that all you can think about?
Oh, look at them, Mr. Naru. There is a mountain of them, and they all look so delicious.
It's more of a tower than a mountain, I'd say.
It's a mountain, and it's my hope that one day in our very homeland, I'll be able to perform the tea ceremony at the foot of such a mountain.
It's definitely a tower. Whoa, that looked like a face right here. What the hell? Oh wow, that's creepy. Candlestick.
This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it?
The base looks too small. Really? Okay. Surely it's very unstable. It looks to me like even the slightest knock could make it topple over.
Oh dear, that would be dangerous.
Wait, take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing.
Yes, I didn't notice that before.
Why is that, I wonder? Why is one candle of the three missing from its holder? Now I look at it. The copy here has been ripped to shreds. Yes, according to Mr. Sholmes. Oh, wait. But the candles. Do I just do the candlestick?
Take that!
Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick.
Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth.
Yes, the remnants of
a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away.
Scorch marks?
It would appear that this room was the scene of a little martial altercation. Woo! Mrs. Carrydab's mighty arms muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face. But on the entire room. The force of her strike caused the candle to fall from the what? And in seconds the carpet was alight, and the whole corner of the room in flames.
What? Yes, For
the most ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, the ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow, so you see, there is but one conclusion here. After the sparks of martial discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire.
Mr. Soames, sir. I salute you!
Oh, what the? Carpet scorched by a small fire. Solved. Deduction complete. Yes, I need to rewatch that. Oh, that is great.
It's these dash long winter nights, you know? Nothing to do but read in front of a fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my old novels there.
And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material, for which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems.
Don't know about admonished. The most might be rather close to the mark. The beast was most
Here we go again. And the carpet, was that destroyed by fire when a candle fell on the floor?
Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. I was caught between the old stick's rage and the raging flames.
You painted torrid pictures, sir. One that would have been most entertaining.
That's sympathy for you. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The Bally's furniture started going up as well. We had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being.
Yeah. Over here, Mr. Carrydab. Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you allow me. Okay, that's on. What's that on the next to the door handle?
Had all of my favorite novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh! Up in smoke. Gosh. Then the wife started hurling things at me.
What a terrible sight it must have been.
There was I, backed up against the window under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books incoming 10 to the You would have broken any windows?
Huh?
Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Pride.
The Lion's Pride. Yes, your notorious love of big cats coming through again.
I assure you the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest.
So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage. Mr. Sholmes' deductions turned out to be correct once again. It can only be described as a great British wonder.
I tell you, it was total carnage. Flames everywhere and the old stick in full fettle.
Out of interest, what time of day was that?
Not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Let's see, around 5 o'clock I think.
Wait, what? So at exactly the same time as the terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the street below.
Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. The whole of Blighty could have been flattened outside my window at that moment. And I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing.
Oh, really?
Wait.
Mr. Sholmes. Yes, Mr. Naru. What can I do for you? Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Garydeb's situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsumi's circumstances? Absolutely nothing. I can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be relevant or not. I just knew you were going to say that. Now, Mr. Naru, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of only 2 categories, those relevant to the case and those not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry? Visiting hours at the prisons will soon be over. Oh no, is it that time already? If you were to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to. So that's it, no more time to think.
Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now? I must prepare supper for Mr. Garydeb.
Oh yes. I'm so sorry.
He's gonna die.
Thank you both very much for your time. Soseki-san will be waiting for us. And I'm going to have to give him an answer. I want to look at this thing over here. Oh. I want to look at this. What a miserable sight. Oh dear, but at least the whole room isn't engulfed in flames.
I suppose so. But my whole collection went up in smoke, you know. And all those novels I adored so much.
Well, John, whose fault is that?
Not mine, that's for sure.
Well, whoever's may or may not be to blame. I'm quite sure you could buy some new old books to replace them, can't you?
New old books? Barely nonsense. does sound like a contradiction in terms, but then these two are full of contradictions.
That's a couple for you, Mr. Naru. Or so I've been led to believe.
It's like a little symbol. See, like if I highlight over it, yeah, right here. It's like a little symbol next to it. I don't know if that's like, I can't see it clearly. I can't see it clearly, so I don't know if it bears any resemblance to it. It just looks odd. It just sticks out, this little thing right here. But it might just mean nothing.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Naruhobo. I'm afraid it's supper time now. I'll have to ask you to leave.
Oh yes, I'm sorry.
If you linger too long, Miss Garrett will start pouring tea again.
No one wants that. Alright, shall we go then? I doubt Sazeki-san is beside himself in his cell, waiting for us to return. I can't afford to spend any longer making up my mind. Yep, let's go. Cool. I want to see all the other rooms. Briar Road. Wait, what? I didn't pick Briar Road.
It's time, Mr. Naru.
Wait, I didn't pick Wait, what? Hold up. I didn't pick Briar Road. I was gonna watch a replay, but actually I could just last 30 seconds. Let's watch. Give me 1 sec. I swear I didn't pick Briar Road. Yeah, I picked Sholmes' Suite. Wait, what? Tons of clips. Alright.
It's time, Mr. Naru. We must hurry back to the prison.
Yes, I know. Let's hail a Oh.
What's the matter?
It looks like something's going on over there in front of Mr. Gary Deb's house. What the fuck?
And here there's not, old man. Fall to the prayers. Fall to thy prayers.
What the hell is this? Whoa, that's a bit much. Whoa. Whoa.
Ah!
What the fuck? Wait, you look familiar. Who are you calling old man, you bum-looking nimmy pimney? You look like you're from the case, You look so familiar. From Phoenix Wright.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than the dreaming of philosophy.
Who's this Horatio fella here? What are you on about?
Excuse me.
What the? Who are you now?
I'm sorry, it's just look as though there might be some problem here. My associate here, Mr. Ryanosuke Naruto, is a lawyer, you see?
A lawyer? What? If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I've studied English law. Fine, I'll be on my way for today, but you mark my words. This isn't over yet. Wait, what?
Get thee to a nunnery.
What the hell? Do I look like a bloomin' nun to you? What is this guy? What is his face?
I do hope you are not injured. Oh, fair Heston maiden, thou art so gentle, thank you. that's the first voice I thought. I need to watch a replay of that. This is amazing. What was that all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio either. Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you a lodger here? In the Garrydale residence? Oh, far eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. Mr. Garrydale mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the man. It looks crazy. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor? Ah, yes, a gentleman named Natsume. A more worthy a polemist in my battle of words near could be, there be? Sorry, battle did you say? Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsumi and I sparred long into the night. I see. I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsumi and this gentleman are acquaintances, at least. So fair maiden, so good gentleman. I can tarry to you no longer. Fairly well. I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room. It seems he's unaware of what's happened to Mr. Natsumi, so he can't really help us. With Suzuki-san and that man as lodgers, the Garrydale house is certainly full of eccentrics. Anyway, I'll go find a carriage. Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsumi is eagerly waiting for our return. Let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over. There's a lot of characters in this chapter, or in this case. No one behind me? No one. Oh, it's you! You're here, you came! Look, I'm stood, Mr. Naruto, Esquire! I can't believe you came back! I'm so touched! I love this case already. I need to watch, I think that's how I did his voice. I need to double check. Dude, I got like 3 gigs of recordings from this case alone. Let's see how did he sound like. You'll defend me. Okay, it was like a talent. Okay. I can't believe you came back. I'm so touched. It's all like that, I guess. Yeah, okay. We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume. Oh no! I think I'm not over it. Relax. If I would care, I would purr with the pleasure of the company of such fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never failing nipponness. Oh wow, let's not get carried away. Oh, I quite agree. There is nothing more reassuring than the familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand, it is thorough friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least. It's you! The miserable rotten spy! The Herlock Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here? I have no intention of doing anything per se, save observing, of course. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Shams? Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I shall drop in on my way home to see how our divested friend is faring. Faring? Faring? Did I say? Faring. Gloomful room? At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is the superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight and cost me not a penny. Ah! You! How dare you! You... Sherlock Holmes!
Oh my god.
Ugh. I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in those accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life has been bedamned. What are you thinking, Miss Naro?
He mentioned that once before, didn't he? His lodgings were cursed, I mean.
And there is much truth in Mr. Moustache's words.
What? Cursed?
Curse is a wholly appropriate description, I would say, for the man's lodgings and indeed for tomorrow's trial.
What's that supposed to mean? The hell?
I don't know where this is going.
Oh, look, I've had 2.5 hours, okay. Oh, man. Let us present to you the Great Kahuti armband.
Yes, the symbol of one of our great empire's first-rate lawyers. Which means, of course, you'll send by myself, you'll defend me.
Oh, no, sorry, that wasn't why I was showing you.
Then why else would you show me that?
Oops, in hindsight, that probably wasn't the best idea. No combat. Oh, Mr. Natsumi, would you take this?
Oh, the joy of a gift from my fellow countrymen. The complete kindness of kith and kin.
Oh no, sorry, I just wanted to show you.
The complete cruelty of kith and kin.
Oops. You found this receipt in your room, Mr. Natsumi.
That's right. I went out to buy some new old books.
Isn't that a contradiction in terms? And it was on your way back to your room that you saw the woman being stabbed.
She's dead! I thought myself, she's dead! My mind went completely blank. But before I knew it, I went back to my room, trembling like a leaf.
The bookworm hoping to worm his way out of a bad situation?
Mr. Naro, please do be careful not to think such disparaging thoughts.
How could you possibly know? Oh, okay. Oh, no. I wanted to examine the candle behind him. Cursed trial, cursed lodgings. Mr. Natsume, what did you mean by what you just said now? What you said just now? What about the trial being tomorrow being cursed?
Oh no! Why are you going to? Why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away. That's all. I didn't mean anything by it.
Oh, let's see. That's really agitated him.
You know what I mean? The trial is cursed somehow.
Are you referring to the prosecution, the Reaper of the Bailey?
The Reaper? Oh, no. What do you mean? Hey, tell me, surmise it's succinctly in the Tell me, summarize it succinctly in 16 salient words.
No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution, ever.
Oh my goodness! Can it be really Can it be really true? Really be true that was 16 words exactly? Yesterday, Mr. Naru successfully defended someone against the Reaper, but then after the trial was over, the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances.
Mr. McGilded.
What?
I am impressed, Mrs. Atto. You have an eye for detail. Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us.
Mr. Sholmes, surely it can't be that having failed to have the accused convicted, Lord Van Zeeks killed the man himself?
Oh no, he couldn't have. Surely? You have some wonderful notions.
Sorry?
The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. Why, of course he is.
Oh, of course he is. Then why are you trying to scare me?
It could be said, however, that the real truth behind about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis.
What on earth do you mean by that?
Van Zeeks is a quite exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception.
Oh, that's so good. Wait, no, that's good.
Saseki-san looks like he's going to cry tears of joy.
As you are no doubt aware, in British criminal trial, there is both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers a public opinion and common sense. It is an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated.
Right.
Criminals and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage.
Oh, did I put an invitation? Oh, give me 1 second. I'll join in I might call it anyways. I'll join in a sec.
By any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling impostors as witness, and so on. By such underhand means, those who would want are able to sway the jury, which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail. But it means the wrong verdict can be passed.
I'm also losing my voice. I should probably call it. Sorry about that. Give me 1 sec.
And sadly, is from time to time, my dear madame, it is simply the reality of the situation.
And that's alright.
However, those in indicted by Lord Van Zieks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed.
Oh my.
Though the adjudication may see themselves leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months they all disappear, and it is most striking.
Disappear? But how?
By all manners of misfortune, sir. Perhaps they are trampled under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown.
I'm about to lose my voice.
Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever, or perhaps attacked by highwaymen.
Oh no.
All examples of the reality and of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruto.
The freak?
I knew I'm that dead, Dodo done for, or doomed.
Alright, let's call it. I'm most likely going to lose my voice. Did that say 9? Wow. That is crazy. 9. That's crazy. 7:29:10, 7:19:10. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. Back on Thingo. Back on this. I'll see you all next time. Hope you all take care. Have a good day, night, and evening. Peace.